Oh yes, oh yes. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Today, me and my trusty camera lady is going to give you guys some lovely footage. And this video, once again, the king of auto. This video is how to increase and maintain your own equity. The last time I did a video on pruning trees, I didn't really get into how it helps you and the environment and how it helps to build equity in your home, because tree is a part of the land. And I found out the hard way that it produces a vital resource such as heat. Because I have a fireplace, and instead of purchasing wood, you know, you're able to cut or pick up wood and warm your fireplace. So first, let's talk about the benefits of pruning the trees and how it helps first, and then we explain trees and how trees help you build equity in your home. Anyway, so this tree is my favorite tree. One of the main reason why I prune it, it's because I like to keep it manageable. And when I mean manageable, in fall, as we know, all the leaves fall off, and I don't want it to be too much leaves. The next thing is I don't want it to grow too large and start hanging over the house. This is why we prune our trees. We prune them so that they do not make any contact with the structure, as this can cause lightning damage. The green foliage touching the structure is grounded and electrified for utility purpose, and then you'll just have a big lightning explosion. So you have trees touching your property or your home structure, you need to cut it away and prune it. This tree is far from the home, but as I say, I keep pruning it every year so it doesn't grow into a monster and eventually hang over the home. And I do this to all the trees that are close to the yard, close to the house itself. As I'm sitting a little bit over an acre, so the trees that are not close to the home, I don't prune them, but I do try to maintain them. As I said, we're going to get into that. My strategy for pruning trees is that you always have the main branches. You just need to shave those down clean and cut them to the desired height that you would like. So, whatever height you want your tree to be. As you can see here, removing these are the newer branches. And as you can see, how much branch sprouts back every time I cut off the top. So I started by removing the smaller pieces, but then I just decided to go ahead and make a generous cut to just remove all the new growth that is there. And as I say, you don't only need to prune trees, but any shrubbery touching the house. That shrub behind me right there, it has to go. So on to the second reason for pruning your trees. Firewood. If you have a furnace, it helps save and reduce electrical costs for heating. And I do so by bringing the house to temperature with the central unit, and then I maintain the temperature with the firewood. So the AC doesn't kick on but like one time for the day or night or whenever. So it saves a lot there. I usually save the Kindle, and I cook outdoors sometimes just for the fun of it. So energy, it saves a lot on energy. The third reason, so if we can recap: one, you prune your trees them to prevent lightning from striking the structure, cut away all greenage from touching the structure and stuff like that. Secondly, you prune the trees so it can help you to save on your eating bill during winter. Or sometimes you can just cook outdoor with the wood fire and enjoy the outdoor while you cook, get closer to nature. The third reason why I prune is that I mulch. So I use the smaller ones, them that I can't really use in the fireplace or they're extremely rotten. I use them and I put them in the wood chipper and I make mulch for the garden or for the tortoise pen. I have a tortoise zing or the chicken coop. So if you have animals, garden, flowers bed, or even the trees, you create the mulch and you can incorporate it in these. Also, I use a little bit of it in composting as well. But now for the most important part about trees and the tips I'm sharing with you guys is that each tree adds property value. For some county, it is like $500 per tree. So each tree you have on your land is worth $500 to the county. As I say, it's good for the ecosystem. It, you know what I mean? All of that. So I've 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 done maintenance and landscaping for years, and there was a case where a client of mine had went ahead and get a tree cut down, and we got in trouble because you have to have a permit. In some counties, they don't permit you to just go and cut down trees. So whenever you're getting into real estate, and as I say, it's always the largest purchase you're gonna ever have to make, and it's something that is dear to you because that's where you eat and sleep. So we've been only here for 3 years, but whenever I got here, I'd started a garden and I started to killing some of the trees then, but a voice just came to me and said no. Because I'd remember the incident where the state had charged the lady for cutting down the trees. And this is my half acre, the back half, and ever since the second year, I don't know, I've just always nurtured and enjoy having a small forest. If you are out here during the nights, you can see the rabbits and the deers go by. They're always running through here. So it's just beautiful. So I try not to disturb the natural system. I did take out a piece of the area and for gardening purpose, for agriculture purpose. So I think that's fair. But yeah, that's the importance of trees, or the secret behind trees that most people don't know. The more shrubbery you have on your land is the more value you have. There's a whole bunch of other reasons for growing trees on your property and maintaining them. You balance back the ecosystem, and when they're old and they die, you can use them to make wood. I'm setting up. We're gonna have a lot more. I'm trying to get a workshop together where I can start woodworking. I'm fascinated by it. As a part of CAD, my engineering, my CAD teacher, he showed me some furniture he made while in his spare time and stuff like that. So I've been researching it and trying to get better with craftsmanship because I'm originally in engineering technology. I don't really do crafting, just design. But I'm loving it, and I'm loving these trees, the benefits of the trees. I understand. But yeah, that's the secret behind trees and your property. That is why you want to maintain them, plant them if you don't have any. you can plant 2 trees. Nice crepe myrtle or some oak. I forgot. My neighbor had came and tell me the name of the trees because he had used some to separate his property, or he has it on our property line between both of us. I think he said he had cedar, some cedar trees, and I have a few of them that grew in the yard because it wasn't being maintained when it was vacant. And so I have like 5 cedar trees around there that I'm really growing, that I can't wait to make furnitures out of. But I don't want to bore you guys with the nonsense and stuff like that, but I'm just here showing you how to I can get my hands on. Like, subscribe, follow us on Facebook, um, follow us on TikTok. We're not on Twitter or Instagram. But enjoy the rest of the video.